Hey everyone, welcome to my first drum tutorial. This is my DW Collector Series 20-inch by 20-inch kick drum. Now as you're about to see right here, I take really poor care of my drums. I'm not proud of that. This is my resonant head with a huge tear in the porthole. Now I know it's hard to see, but basically my studio happens to be in the second living room of my house, and it's placed right in front of a pathway between a hallway and my garage/washroom, so we walk by this thing all the time. That being said, I'm sure we've kicked the bass drum mic stand more often than we know, and it's resulted in this massive tear in the porthole. Here's my Audix D6 kick drum mic, and it's obviously lost its protective screen. I honestly have no idea why this protective screen would come off. It never made contact with the batter head, but these mics are actually kind of old. I bought them back in 2005. I'm still surprised that they held up as good as they did. And here's a random towel in my bass drum. Aha! Found it! There she is. Alright, so here's inside of my bass drum. This is where all the action's about to happen, starting with this small porthole on the side of my bass drum. And here's one last look at all my jacked up gear. I'm actually pretty surprised I used this for as long as I did. Alright, time to showcase new gear. First off, we have the Kickport Bass Drum Sound Enhancer, DW Claw Hook Clamp Mic Arm, Kelly Shu Kick Drum Microphone Mount, the AKG D112 Bass Drum Mic. I decided to internally mount and wire my D12 inside the bass drum. I'll be doing this through the vent port that I showcased a little while ago. I'm honestly unsure if I would recommend doing this. I hardwired, soldered this bass drum cable mic into my bass drum, and later on I realized anywhere my bass drum goes, so will the wire. Regardless, this is my studio kit, and I have a performance kit that I use for shows that's currently stored in my garage. So truthfully, I'm not really too worried about it. The Kelly Shu mount itself seems to be made out of fiberglass. It comes with some plastic retaining caps, plastic hooks, rubber bungee, which is just one solid piece of rubber, and you're kind of expected to cut them to size, and some leather straps. Here I'm just trying to stage the microphone mount and get an idea of where I would like it to eventually be as the end product. This is the first time I've set up one of these Kelly Shock Mount miking systems, so I'm really kind of just shooting in the dark a little bit, just sort of figuring out as I go. And the big reason that I say that is because I'm about to use a pretty unorthodox method of installing this mounting system. Typically you cut 2.5 to 2 inch pieces per lug screw, and in this case I'm not going to do any cutting at all. I'm going to use the entire solid piece and route it throughout the entirety of the internal bass drum. Dudes bent out of shape 'cause they got curve. I can suck a titty while I'm standing up. Don't ever fucking tell me I ain't man enough. Standing 5'8", voice 6'5". Your whole whip cracking 'cause it's short guys. I'm 5 foot something, but my bills all pay. On my tippy toes from LA to the Bay. Going off the deep end, chill in the shallow. You don't need your heels, girl, just bring a towel. I'm 5 foot something and I'm royalty. Short king, mama, hey. I'm 5 foot something and I'm royalty. Short king, mama, hey. Ain't no must be this all the ride. I'm a fun size, super nice guy. I'm 5 foot something and I'm royalty. Short king, mama, hey, shorty. On my shirt tag say XN. Got girls saying I'm their best friend. Okay, time to route the sucker. They just him. She all in my hot spot 'cause she tethering. Still stand tall, I don't need height. These retaining caps did a really great job at securing the bungee to the hooks. I honestly didn't really expect it to do so well. Stunning in my platform shoes. I serenade, you just feel like a flute. In the airport lounge sipping free booze. In economy still got leg room. This was by far the most difficult part of the project. I had to do a lot of editing and cutting to condense the amount of time it took to shoot this part of the video. This is commonly what the Kelly Shu mount looks like when it's set up in its typical fashion. However, I'm trying to go for more of this like star, serpentine, routed method, I suppose. I highly doubt that it has any impact on how the mount performs. I honestly just think it looks aesthetically cooler than the traditional setup. Okay, all done. There you have it. I think it looks really close to the picture I just showed a minute ago. I'm super happy with the way this looks. And here's what it looks like from the batter hit side. I was super pleased at the way this looked from this side of the drum. I've been debating on whether or not to put LED lights inside of my bass drum, and I think this is really the big deciding factor, because if I do, the bunchy star pattern will make a really cool effect when you see it in the bass pedal drum cam. Okay, so now we're going to install our Kickport bass drum enhancer. First off, I'm going to showcase this new resonant head I got with a JX logo in front. Bought this from drumart.com. Allegedly, Kickport says that this tool gives the bass drum a little bit more low end, enhances certain frequencies, gives it more punch and focus. A little bit later in the video, I'll do a trial run with and without the Kickport, and I'll let you be the judge. I don't recommend installing the Kickport without the reinforcement ring. As a matter of fact, it's actually specified in the directions to ensure that the ring is installed. In my case, it felt like the circumference of the porthole was kind of weak, so it definitely added a layer of strength for the installation process. Before you flip the rubber gasket, I recommend placing the resonant head on a scratch-free surface, as I'm doing here. Recording engineer by the name of Matthew McGlynn from his website recordinghacks.com goes in great detail about the effects of the Kickport. He really did believe that the Kickport enhanced some of the frequencies between the 20 to 50 hertz range. Seeing how this is a 20-inch kick drum, I'm really excited to hear how the Kickport might enhance the low end of this bass drum. So this hoop-mounted mic clamp was a really cool addition to my kit. As I mentioned earlier, we were constantly running into the traditional bass truck mic stand that I had, so I'm really hoping this at least offers a little bit of a robust solution. I really don't plan on making contact with the hoop mic clamp as much, but I really can't account for other people in my house. The options and configurations that you can come up with this thing is actually really pretty amazing. Matter of fact, as you'll see in the video towards the end, this wasn't the final setup that I ended up going with. So externally mounted will be this AKG D112 bass drum mic. Based on a lot of kick drum shootout videos on YouTube, I really felt that the AKG was the option to go with. The runner-up was the Sennheiser E602. I really liked that mic quite a bit. What really kind of made me decide to go with the AKG was I know more people who've used it, and I felt like it had kind of a lot of clout. Even though we
both know we're liars and we start each other's fires. We just know that we'll be alright. Even though we kicked out the party, cause we both hate everybody. We're the ones they wanna be like. So don't let me down, keep me in trouble. Want to be wild, out in the dark.
Here I'm attempting to point the mic as best I can toward the batter head center of the drum, which is actually kind of tough due to where the kickboard is positioned.
Want anybody close to me, cause I'm an animal, like you. And I don't wanna be somebody without your body close to me.
So my previous kick drum batter head was an Aquarian 3, which I did like quite a bit. However, what I did notice about the EMAD 2 is that it had a really great sustain, focus, and attack that I hadn't really experienced before, so I wanted to give this one a try. Here I'm removing the 7mm dampening ring and installing the 10mm dampening ring.
When you where I am, everything's timeless. And I don't wanna be somebody without your body close to me. And if it wasn't you,
I kind of do feel that the Aquarian Super Kick and the EMAD 2 had a lot of similarities because of that dampening ring. I did notice that the dampening ring on the Aquarian was actually installed on the inside of the head, whereas the EMAD has the dampening ring installed on the outside, and I always wondered if that made a difference. So Evans makes a really cool drum tuning key that measures tension and has a certain breakaway feature, just like a normal torque wrench when you hit a certain desired torque. I'm truthfully really horrible at tuning drums, so this is a nice little life hack that I found, and it seems to work really great for me. This is Evans double pedal EQ drum patch. It's supposed to help with attack. Okay, enough already. Let's hear what this thing sounds like. Okay, so far so good. What you're hearing right now is the D6 internally mic'd. I'm adjusting the external mic clamp one last time, and we will get a combination of the internal mic and external mic in just a second. Okay, so that concludes my bass drum tutorial overhaul video. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, time, energy, research, money, all the above. I'm kind of glad it's over. I'm hoping that it was really useful for other drummers who have a similar dimension-sized bass drum as mine, or drummers who are interested in purchasing the gear that I had showcased in this video and what you might encounter or expect when using it on your kit. So hopefully there's a lot of value added there. I'm glad this video is over. It's been a great journey. As you can tell, I really lack in the engineering side of things. It's something that I have to delve more into. So that being said, for all of you engineered types out there, if you have any tips or tricks or advice for me to, how to make it sound even better, I would love to hear it. I really think this is just the beginning for me. There's a lot of things I can do. I'm actually thinking about switching out the drum mics and seeing what kind of sounds I can get internally and externally between the two. So yeah, let me hear what you have to say in the comment section. I'm ready to get back into making drum videos, as I'm sure you guys are eager to hear how the kit sounds now. And yeah, I look forward to doing what I love, which is being behind the kit. So we will see you guys in the next drum video. See you soon.